All right, we are back at it again, ladies and gentlemen, my associates, my enemies, my friends. It's Key Marcane coming to you all the way live, your favorite country cousin, your favorite Mississippian, and your best friend, chapter 7. You dig? That's my tribe. That's right, that's my tribe. We're going to talk about the importance of community, friendships, and your gang, for lack of better words. All right. Appreciate y'all once again for tapping in for the past 6 chapters. The self-reflection joint, that mirror talk, is one of my favorites. The childlike versus childish, like real life. Like I said before, it's much easier to talk about things that you actually practice. And so today, what I've been practicing is more so embracing my tribe, embracing my community, embracing my friends around me and those that are in my circle, even in the professional world. Because I talked about it on previous chapters before, how, learning to like really break out of my shell, like because I was chasing my dream for me. I was being selfish with the dream, right? But then when I actually started to develop and grow like my team, and see the gifts and talents of my friends that are around me in close range, right? That's when it was like, okay, I like the old African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. I think I'm saying it right. I hope I'm not butchering this. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go, I'm messing that up, but y'all know what I'm saying. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. But pretty much, there's another African proverb about the closed fist and the open hand. You're stronger together, for lack of better words, okay? So one thing I want to talk about, understand that I personally had to embrace my circle, is the fact that Issa Rae said something that really stuck out to me. All right. And she talked about all of us being able to, or we really seek to reach up when it comes to making these different connections that we seek to have. And I am guilty of that, as I'm sure all of us are. I have emails from people that have sat with millionaires, who are millionaires, who have sat with billionaires, all the way going back to 2012 and 13. And then even if I still hit them with my name being so unique, how many Keymars do you know? Like, they remember who I am just off the strength of my name. So it's like, when I get to where I'm looking to get to, and I reconnect with these people that I've been in contact with over the years, it'll be like a reunion, for real. But what I figured out was more important was to utilize the people that was around me. Shout out to Amanda, because she is helping this become a reality. My gift and talents is more so communication skills, networking skills, and things of that nature. But Amanda is a genius when it comes to images, when it comes to video, when it comes to building a business, being able to build the murals and so on and so forth. Like, I need Amanda in my circle. You know what I mean? Shout out to my other friends. I'm not going to do too much name dropping because I don't want to forget anybody. But, like, being able to really map out real friends, people who really believe in what you're doing, and build that tribe, you go a long way. But she said, I don't even think I said it, but her Issa Rae said it's better to reach across or leverage across versus trying to reach up, to talk to all the quote unquote celebrities. Because here's the thing, like, celebrities, real life, are going out of style. Like, you got Rick Ross sitting down with people like the David Shans and the Wall Street Trappers, the Him 500s, and all these other people that are building wealth and are everyday people. Celebrities are becoming like everyday people. Even in Atlanta is, we late to the party in a lot of ways. When I was living in Atlanta, you will see a quote-unquote celebrity in the mall like every day. I remember seeing Ariel from Next in the mall. I remember seeing the brother from New Edition, married to the young lady from Black. Their name is escaping me right now, but I seen those in the mall as well. I remember walking, the DeVoes, yeah. I remember walking into the Apple Store in Cumberland Mall, and you know how you can feel people walking behind you, and I look, because I'm like, man, who this close up on me, right? I turn around, it's Irv Gotti, you know what I'm saying, walking in the Apple Store behind me. So in Atlanta, That's an everyday thing. They ain't got no security. They are regular people. And like I say, the celebrity is dying. Everyday people are becoming more of the celebrity, if you will. And that's just from coming from that circle. And if you really pay attention, all of Diddy's folks that's with him, they've been with him, right? All the folks that's with Jay-Z for the most part, they came up together. It's a pattern here. All right. Busta Rhymes, Spliff Star, like all them cats, man, they came up together. Right. So, hold hands with your friends and your partners because, when one make it, you all make it. If the circle is really tight, how it looks on the outside from other people, like if it's a really genuine, tight knit circle, and that's the importance of community, man. Being able to have that genuine, that authenticity, right? It's so important to have community for the fact that people can hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? It's important to have that community because you got somebody that truly has your back. It's important to have that community because when you can't see a certain thing, maybe the person beside you, in that circle can see something that you can't see. You know what I mean? So I have been very vocal about me dealing with social anxiety, and every time I mention that I deal with that, it's always like, oh, I can't believe that. It's like, no, I act very well. I could very much win an Oscar at this point because here's what I realized after learning to embrace my friendships and understanding that, hey, I need a team for real in order to get to where I'm going ultimately, right? I need to break out of my shell, having this social anxiety or at least learn how to deal with it, right? I will force myself to get in situations that will make me talk to people, that will make me go out and befriend some people, that'll make me even grow the friendships that I currently have. Because here's what I learned, y'all. And this is from watching the movie Collateral Beauty with Will Smith. If you've never seen that, it is on Netflix. Go watch that. But in the very beginning of the movie, he's giving a speech at his job, right? And he got awarded with something, and he had let people know. He said, look, life is about people. Like, can you really just imagine, like, life with nobody around? Like I talked about the last chapter, how important it is to sometimes isolate yourself so that you can really grow into yourself. But the fact of the matter is this, and I know y'all have heard this before, you become like the 5 people that you're around the most, right? You're pulling. It's like a gumbo for your soul. Like you are pulling from your different friends and associates and things of that nature, and you are becoming like what you are around. Like you are a product, literally, of your environment. I know that kind of gets a negative view, but you are a product of your environment. But in that movie, Will Smith, I forgot his character's name, but Will Smith talks about how life is about people. If you are isolating yourself for too long, right, you'll go crazy. You would go plumb crazy. You need new ideas. You don't need just your thoughts going through your mind. You need to read books from others. You need to be around a certain amount of people. Like too many people can bring about too much overthinking. Like have a strong 5 people that you are around, that small, tight-knit community. Because Jay-Z, I heard this on a YouTube video. He was talking about, having the amount of money that he has, right? And he said, man, that don't really mean nothing if I don't have nobody to share it with. Tata, y'all hear him rap about Tata, Emery, all of his partners. Like, what if he didn't have Tata? What if he didn't have Emery? You know what I mean? What if he didn't have Dame Dash? We saw in his his Hall of Fame speech where although him and Dame Dash didn't quite see eye to eye, right? He acknowledged the fact that they built that together. What if he didn't have a Dame Dash? You dig what I'm saying? Like, the money is one thing, but the team is another thing. And to be able to share like what you guys have built by utilizing the money as a tool to help celebrate your accomplishments, that's a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So it's more than about money. Like I stripped myself away from or detached myself away from the thought of like a X amount of dollars will equal success, because that's not the case, right? But your team, your friendships, like the people that you meet, like even when you meet new people on a daily basis. I recently got a manicure and a pedicure. Brothers, I would implore you, take care of your hands and feet. I stand on my feet all the time. I'm a teacher, so I be trying to make sure I'm good with my feet. You know, I've come to find out that women like a manicured hand on a brother. So that's another motivation as well, to go and get you a manicure, my guy. But nonetheless, take care of yourself. But I'm sitting in the at getting my manicure after my pedicure, and I sit beside this Caucasian lady. And I was going to be quiet really the whole time and just talk to the young lady who's doing my manicure. Her name is Tina. Shout out to her. She does a great job at Serenity out there in Madison. But the young lady sparks a conversation with me. We ended up talking about marriage, her kids. She actually was a teacher. You know, she has her oldest kid who lives in Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. There was a lot of commonalities there, and we had a great conversation. And she shared some great advice with me, because I'm 31 years old. She been married for 31 years. I like to ask like married people, not necessarily what's the secret, but I'm like, what holds y'all together, right? And she told me this, you know, that it's important to be good forgivers, right? She didn't go into detail. And a lot of people, when you think about forgiveness, you think about infidelity. Infidelity didn't necessarily come across my mind at first, because you could be a good at forgiving when it comes to your partner not being the best communicator, your partner not necessarily doing the things that you may have asked them to do, or whatever the case may be, right? It doesn't necessarily have to deal with infidelity right away. That's just what we're used to hearing. But like me being able to break out of that social anxiety, being able to actually hold a conversation with a complete stranger, like that is growth on my part every day. You know, even getting better at reaching out to my friends. Actually, one of my partners hit me the other day. He's like, bro, I'm just trying to get better at reaching out, because I know we don't reach out enough, or whatever the case may be. Get on your own case. Get on your friend's case. Like, look, I ain't heard from you. Like, what's up? Like, I need you. You good? How are you mentally? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my bro Tim with the closed-minded. Check out the shirts. Mentally, how are you? Because a lot of times we go through stuff, you know, and we may feel like that nobody's really there, but you have your tribe. You have your community. You have your friends. Granted, you have your family as well, but here's the thing about family. Your family see you growing up from kid to adult, and a lot of times they still look at you as the kid. You know, your friends, your tribe, your community, those people will understand you a lot of the times, oftentimes greater than your own family. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, make sure y'all reaching out to your friends. That's important. That's very much so important. Friendship is essential to the soul. A lot of people be like, I can do bad by myself. You know, I don't need nobody. You know, or they talk about being self-made. Like, sure, you are self-made, because ultimately you have to make the decision to make yourself. So that's a spin or a play on words, if you will. Like, you ultimately have to make the decision to make yourself, to reinvent yourself, to present yourself how you want to show yourself to the world, right? So, you know, self-made, people try to beat their chest with that like they had zero help from nobody. Nah, like, I wouldn't dare. Like, I edified Amanda in the earlier part of this chapter, because quite frankly, none of this wouldn't be happening without her. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you need people. What I said about the movie Collateral Beauty with Will Smith, he said, like, they set the tone early in that movie. Life is about people. And what's interesting, like, throughout that film too, he talks about, well, he writes letters because he lost a daughter. I don't want to give the movie away too much, but because I really want you to watch it, because it's a lot of mental shampoo, pun intended, in that movie. All right. And he's writing letters. He wrote a letter to love, time, and death. Things that we all talk about: not having enough time, not experiencing true love, and the fear of death. You know what I mean? So he writes these letters to these things that are inevitably part of our lives, right? And it teaches him about all three of those things as the movie goes on. And all of that can be found within your tribe. You know, how to better invest your time versus just spending it. How to feel unconditional love, not just from your mother or your father, but through your friendships, because through friendships you have your hiccups as well. A lot of times, the breakups of friendships hurt worse than romantic breakups, and we talk about that on the Family Tree Podcast. Shout out to my beautiful co-host Ashley FG Norwood. And yeah, man. Yeah, like go make some friends. And me making new friends, me being able to talk to strangers, me being able to cultivate and water my current friendships and embrace those friendships have really helped me to grow as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I would stay on defense mode, thinking that, they not really there for me for real. Like, they could switch at any moment, like just being on 10 with anxiety. And it's like, dude, like relax. You know what I'm saying? Go sit with yourself, do some deep breaths, and come back and you'll be fine. Right? Everybody is not out to get you. All right. Everybody is not out to get you. And your real friends are gonna show you that. They're gonna look out for you. Let's see here. Here's one thing that actually helps me with social anxiety as well. I came up with a method. I call it the CQC, where I compliment, I question, and that brings about conversation. Speaking on strangers a little more, I remember being in the gym one day and I saw this beautiful young lady. I give her a compliment on her shoes. It makes her smile. I like to make people smile. I like to make people laugh. I like it when somebody makes me smile and laugh as well. So if I like it, I know other people will like it as well. So just to break the ice, I complimented her shoes. I asked her a question. It sparked a conversation. At that point, it eases my anxiety and being nervous and being awkward, and it just flows. What helps me to be a better friend is by being a better listener too. Instead of me thinking about things to actually talk about, let me think about the right questions to ask to actually spark a conversation that can keep the conversation afloat. Like I am a walking questionnaire, all right? And that helps me to be a better communicator as well. A tribe, I do want to give the definition while we're here. The definition of a tribe is a group of persons having a common character, occupation, or interest. All right. Again, the 5 people that you put yourself around, that's what you are likely to be like. If you want to be at a certain level or do a certain thing, you need to get around people that are like that and build those authentic, build rapport in a genuine way. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Build a rapport in a genuine way. All right, so that you can become like that and put your twist to it. Because a lot of people talk about, oh man, they biting off me, man, they copying off me, whatever the case may be. Something is wrong with that individual. Because Nipsey Hussle said it best, right? The highest something is to inspire. We are here to inspire. Like, I'm inspired by Nip, but I'm not about to be out here acting like Nip. I'm going to put a Key Marcane twist to it so that I can remain authentically me. You're not biting off nobody. Everybody's influenced by somebody. For real, the ultimate producer, he influenced a lot of people in a certain era with the Bapes, so on and so forth. Like, when I first had locks, because this is my second set of locks, like I was inspired by Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne was hot. Carter 1 was out, when I was in high school. Like, even my style of dress, I am infatuated with the city of New York. I like how they dress. I like how they move. I like their thought process. I always been infatuated with New York. So I say all that to say that we are all influenced by people and places and things. So don't think nobody is just copying off of you. Like, you inspire them. Like, that lets you know that you're doing something correct out here in these streets. All right. I do want to talk about the benefits of community as well. They teach you who you are. All right, we just talked about that. They teach you who you are, who you can be, who you can become. All right. Another benefit, they can offer up knowledge. They can teach you the game. They can show you how they got to where they got to where they are, right? And show you how to get there without as many, if any, mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And you can also give knowledge to your friends and your peers and your circle, things that they might not know about, right? And that you may be skilled in. Okay. Speaking of skills, they can offer up skill and work. Again, the edification of Amanda, her skills in this. You know what I mean? Being able to offer up that skill, and I offer my talent, and we make these beautiful chapters that we are delivering to you right now. Okay, to serve one another, to serve. That's a big word. We all need to learn really how to serve. Like, we need to learn how to be more compassionate toward one another. We need to learn how to really love for real. And we also need to learn how to serve without necessarily having to pull our phones out and record it, put it on Instagram for validation. Come on, man. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. Utilize your gifts, your talents, your skills to serve in a way that can make somebody and something better. All right. I would like my community, starting off at small, starting with my community. I want my community to be better because of what I have to offer it. You know, I want my state to be better because of what I have to offer it. I want my nation to be better because of what I have to offer it, so on and so forth. I want to be in the history books that another kid can look at and read about Kemar Kane and what I was able to offer throughout this whole world, throughout my time here on this earth. TD Jakes is popular for saying that you have two dates: the date that you were born and the date that you die. What are you going to do with the dash that's in between? Like, how will somebody be able to share your life with the dash, with the things that you've done, the time that you've had on this earth? Because we're all on borrowed time. We are on borrowed time. That's why I say be careful how you invest your time. Don't just go spending time, wasting money, burning your time up. Invest that time where you have a return on that investment with opportunity. You know, dedication, hard work, plus patience. That's what Nipsey talks about on the track, Dedication, from the album Victory Lap. You know, it takes time to practice, and it takes practice to become good. And before you get to great, you got to be good. It's an ongoing cycle, and have those people around you, your tribe, that is helping you to get there. All right. Granted, speaking of friends, you do grow apart. You may not have the same friends that you had in elementary school, high school. College is kind of iffy because honestly, you find some of your lifelong friends in college. Like, some of my closest folks I found in college. You know what I mean? And it's like the friendships help you grow on these different levels. So in elementary school, you're talking about Pokemon, right? Or in high school, you know, you're talking about whatever you into in high school. And then in college, you all have a common goal to get that degree and go ahead and make something of yourself. In adulthood, you're constantly working to make something of yourself, right? And I think that's why college friendships last for a lifetime, because you're constantly you're growing and you're growing and you're growing. So yeah, I kind of want to end on that note, man. Begin businesses together. That's another benefit from your community as well. I talked about the Him 500s and the David Shans and so on and so forth, but I want to talk about those that are in the city as well, in the city of Jackson. You got Takia, and you got Mike Elroy, you know, you got Miranda Joyner, you got Amanda Page, you got Ashley FG Norwood, you got Kemar Kane coming to you all the way live, you got Timothy Ori, you know what I mean, you got Sam Clifton, it's so many people in the city, man, that are really helping the city move around and grow. You know, shout out to Deion Sanders. You know, he's really helping to put Jackson, Mississippi on the map even the more. You know, all of them people during their college years are going to be able to contribute what they have to the city and help our city grow as well. Life is about people. Nothing happens without people. We need each other. All right. Even when it comes to romance, like, you hear some guys that may say women ain't shit. You might hear some women say that, hey, these guys ain't shit. But ultimately, we need each other on all levels. You dig what I'm saying? But that's my tribe. If you haven't heard that album by Jadena, that's a good album. But the record, That's My Tribe, is an anthem for me because it makes me think about all the friendships that I have, all the friendships that I have grew through, and who I became within those friendships. Like, that's my tribe. I wrote down my team. I got like 7 solid people on my team. And with those 7 solid people, we gonna all be great. It's one thing that my partner Sam and my boy Jeff says, that we up, hashtag we up. Because when one go up, we all go up. You dig what I'm saying? Embrace your community. Don't stay by yourself for too long, or you'll be by yourself for a long time. All right. Embrace your friendships, embrace your community, be a part of your community. You can't be in a community and not be a part of it, and not put yourself into that community, if that makes sense. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? All right. But that's chapter 7. That's my tribe, your friendships, your kinships. Friendship is essential to the soul. We need each other. Y'all be blessed. It's Key Marcane coming to you all the way live. Your favorite country cousin, your favorite Mississippian, and your best friend. You have just tapped in to chapter 7 of Mental Shampoo and Audio Experience plus more. Y'all make sure that y'all tap into that movie, Collateral Beauty with Will Smith in it. Phenomenal film, great body of work, evergreen content, right? Y'all make sure y'all tap that out. Check that out. Until next time, chapter 8 is on the way. Y'all be blessed.